They cornered a young woman in a wheelchair, 3 20-year-old young men in black hoodies, grabbing her chair while another raised his foot at her loyal German shepherd. The dog cried out, unable to defend her. The men laughed, believing no one would stop them. But they didn't notice the man sprinting across the field. Cole, a 34-year-old dark-haired Navy SEAL in full military uniform, home on leave. And in the next few seconds, those men were about to learn exactly what happens when a real protector steps in. Before we start, tell us where you're watching from. And if this story moves you, make sure to subscribe for more. The heat hung over the park like a heavy curtain, thick and unmoving. Amanda, the 27-year-old brunette artist in a lightweight wheelchair, had come here for the quiet. She had her sketchbook open on her lap, sunlight filtering through the trees, and her German shepherd, Ranger, resting loyally beside her. Ranger's ears twitched every time a jogger passed, but his calm never broke. He was trained, devoted, and entirely attuned to her. She had been enjoying the soft afternoon breeze when the 3 young men showed up swaggering, restless, all in matching black hoodies pulled low over their brows. They were unmistakably the kind of trouble the park had been trying to keep out ever since complaints started piling up. One of them, the tallest with messy dark hair, stepped directly in front of her wheelchair, forcing her to stop. His grin was too wide, like he found amusement in things no one else would. The second leaned against a tree, arms crossed. The third circled behind her. Ranger sensed the shift instantly. His body rose from a relaxed posture to a protective stand, his eyes locked on the tallest man. "Look at this," the one leaning on the tree said. "Little dog thinks he can guard her." Amanda's fingers tightened around her sketchbook. "Please leave me alone," she said, steady but firm. They didn't. The tallest one reached down and shoved Ranger with the side of his shoe. Ranger let out a startled cry, stumbling back. Amanda gasped, "Stop! Don't touch him." Her voice only made them bolder. The young man behind her grabbed the handles of her wheelchair, holding her in place. She tried to twist, to break free, but the sudden restraint paralyzed her. "Relax," the tallest one said mockingly. "If the dog wants to act tough, he's got to learn what happens when someone pushes back." He raised his foot again. And that was when he heard it, the heavy, decisive sound of boots pounding against grass. Cole closed the distance in seconds. He didn't yell. He didn't announce himself. His eyes, sharp and storm gray, were locked on the 3 men like they were targets moving in slow motion. "Let go of her," Cole said. The bullies froze. Not because they were intimidated yet, but because something in his tone didn't sound like a request. The one holding Amanda's chair turned. "Who are you supposed to be?" Cole stepped closer, the sunlight catching the insignia on his uniform. "Move your hands off the chair," he repeated. This time, the young man hesitated. "Relax, man. We were just joking." Cole looked at Ranger, who was still trembling, and then back at Amanda, whose face was pale with fear. "A joke doesn't make a trained dog cry out," he said. "And it doesn't involve holding someone in a chair against their will." The tallest bully scoffed and tried to shove Cole's shoulder. He didn't even budge. Cole didn't raise a hand. He simply took one step forward, and the bully stumbled back as though pushed by an invisible force. "Leave," Cole said. "What if we don't?" The tallest bully snapped. Cole's jaw tightened. "Then you find out what happens next." The young men exchanged glances. They were 20, loud, reckless, but not stupid. Something about the calm in Cole's voice, the clean lines of his uniform, the weight of authority in his posture. It told them exactly the kind of man they were dealing with. "Let's go," one of them muttered. "No," the tallest one insisted. "He's not going to do anything." But even as he spoke, he stepped back. Cole didn't move until all 3 of them were walking away, muttering curses under their breath, disappearing down the park's shaded path. Ranger moved first, pressing against Amanda's leg, whining softly. Amanda swallowed hard. I'm okay, boy. But she clearly wasn't. Cole crouched beside them, keeping a respectful distance. Are you hurt? She shook her head. Just shaken. They grabbed my chair. Ranger tried to protect me. He's a good dog, Cole said quietly. Ranger sniffed Cole's hand and allowed him to gently examine him. No obvious injuries, Cole said. But he's stressed. You should get him somewhere calm. Amanda nodded. There's a motel a few blocks away. I usually go there when I need to rest before heading home. They know me. It's safe. Cole glanced in the direction the bullies had run. I'll walk you there. Amanda blinked. You don't have to. You already helped more than... I'm not leaving you alone in case they come back, he said simply. Those words made the shaking in her hands finally settle. The walk was slow. Cole stayed on one side of her wheelchair, while Ranger stayed on the other, forming a quiet protective shield. People in the park watched them pass, some admiring Cole's uniform, others recognizing the look of someone who had just escaped something frightening. By the time they reached the Willow Bend Motel, the sky had shifted into a soft late-afternoon gold. Amanda paused at the curb, catching her breath. It's right there, she said. Room 12 is the one they usually give me. Cole scanned the parking lot with practiced vigilance. I'll walk you in. Amanda hesitated, not out of fear, but out of a strange, unfamiliar emotion, gratitude, mixing with disbelief that someone had stepped in so decisively. Inside, the motel lobby buzzed with the hum of an old ceiling fan. The receptionist, an older woman with silver hair pulled into a bun, looked up and immediately softened. Amanda, sweetheart, she said. Rough day? Amanda exhaled shakily. You could say that. The woman's eyes widened at the sight of Cole's uniform. And you brought help, I see. He helped me in the park, Amanda said. Those men came back again? The receptionist shook her head in dismay. You go on to your room. I'll make sure no one bothers you. Cole followed Amanda down the hallway to room 12. Ranger padded beside them, calmer now but still watchful. Amanda unlocked the door and turned to Cole. Thank you, she said quietly. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't shown up. Cole met her eyes with calm steadiness. I'm just glad I was there. Amanda, the 27-year-old brunette artist, guided her wheelchair inside the motel room, while Ranger, her loyal German shepherd, trotted in beside her. Cole, the 34-year-old dark-haired Navy SEAL, stood in the doorway for a moment, scanning the space like someone who instinctively ensured safety before stepping inside. Only once he was satisfied did he follow her in. The room was simple cream walls, a small round table, a bed neatly made, and soft lamplight glowing from the corner. Ranger curled up near the table, finally relaxing now that Amanda was away from the park. Can I get you anything? Amanda asked quietly. Cole shook his head. Just wanted to make sure you're settled. She hesitated. Do you think they'll come back? His expression shifted, not fear, but calculation. They might try something stupid, but I doubt they'll try it here. People talk in this motel. They know you. She nodded, though the fear in her eyes didn't disappear. Cole placed a reassuring hand on the back of her chair. You're not alone tonight, he said. For the first time since the park, she breathed fully. Cole's phone buzzed. He checked it, frowned, then slipped it back into his pocket. What is it? Amanda asked. He exhaled slowly. A tip. Someone saw 3 young men in black hoodies at the rooftop bar 2 blocks away. Laughing about teaching someone a lesson. Sounds like the same guys. Amanda's breath caught. Are they coming here? No, Cole said. But I can't let them think they run this place. She looked at him with a mixture of fear and trust. Be careful. I always am. He stepped back outside, closing the door quietly behind him. The rooftop bar was humming with nighttime energy-soft music, strings of warm lights, and couples chatting over drinks. But in the far corner, Cole immediately spotted the three bullies, the tall one with unkempt dark hair, the stocky one with restless legs, and the anxious one tapping his foot, all in black hoodies. Cole walked straight toward them. The tallest bully noticed him first and froze. "Oh no, no way," he whispered. Cole stopped at their table, his presence instantly shifting the air. "You're done," he said calmly. The stocky one tried to laugh it off. We didn't do anything." "You grabbed her chair," Cole replied. "You scared her. You tried to hurt her dog. And then you walked away like you'd done something impressive." The anxious one swallowed. "Look, man, we were just messing around." "We didn't think." "That's exactly the problem," Cole said. "You didn't think." He leaned closer, his voice dropping. "You're going to leave her alone. For good. And you're going to walk out of this bar right now without looking back." The tallest bully opened his mouth as if to challenge him, but one look at Cole's uniform, the certainty in his stance, and the unshakable authority in his eyes made the words die in his throat. "We're leaving," the stocky one muttered, grabbing the others. "Come on." They left quickly, not daring to meet his eyes again. Cole waited until they were out of sight before turning and heading back toward the motel. When he knocked gently on room 12, the door opened almost instantly. Amanda looked up at him, relief washing over her. "All good?" she asked. "Handled," Cole said. "They won't be back." Ranger padded over, nudging Cole's hand with a small, grateful sound. Cole gave the dog a soft scratch behind the ears. "You kept her safe today," he murmured. Amanda's voice wavered. "Thank you for everything." Cole shook his head. "You and Ranger just needed someone to step in. Anyone decent would have done the same." But Amanda knew that wasn't true. Not everyone runs toward danger. Not everyone steps between cruelty and the innocent. "You're welcome to stay a few minutes," she said quietly. "Just so the room doesn't feel so big." Cole nodded and stepped inside. The night was calm now, the danger gone. And in the soft motel light, with Ranger at their feet, the world finally felt safe again. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a reminder that there are still protectors in the world. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of courage, kindness, and justice.